This week on the Wildcat Report, Millard West spreads the word to end the word. Longtime award-winning coach puts down his stopwatch, Jenny Lanoha and her best friend horse around. A sophomore and her artistic talent, the possible demise of shopping malls, and this week's Sports Corner with Andrew.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Corey Hadfield.
And I'm Emily Seaton, and this is the Wildcat Report. This week is Wildcat Silent Pride Week. Hopefully today you guys are all wearing your unified basketball t-shirts.
The game is tonight, and these kids are spreading the word to end the word. We go to Tess and Ellie with the story.
In today's society, words can have many different meanings. Here at Millard West, many have taken the stand to end the use of the R word.
I used to be upset when people use the R word because I just don't understand it. They're using it to say stupid or dumb, but those are mean things to say anyway, so I don't understand why people even use the R word.
National Spread the Word to End the Word Day was March 1st. Every QT was given a puzzle piece, and students were asked to sign their name on it if they pledged to stop using the word. All the puzzle pieces were then put on the wall, making a puzzle of people who are standing up to make a difference.
Spread the Word, End the Word Day is just a way for all students to be aware that the R word is no longer being used, and it's just kind of...
Last March, Millard West and Millard South had their first ever unified basketball game. On Friday, March 17th at Millard South High School, the two teams will be facing off again at the second annual Q Street Classic.
Are you excited for the game?
Yeah.
So what are you most excited for?
Just being kind of just basketball and playing basketball. Basketball is my thing.
The participating athletes ordered shirts that they will wear for their uniforms, and all the team members are ready to play.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it because we've been working really hard and we've been having practices, and I think we're going to win it, so it should be really fun.
The purpose of unified sports is to build an inclusive environment where everyone feels safe and welcome.
So that way they're able to get to know some of their teammates, and then Mr. Zipper just runs some basic drills with them and find out what rotation they're in to kind of help them prepare for the game.
No matter the outcome of the game, both teams know that they will have played their best and that they have their whole school supporting them. This has been Ellie and Tess with the Wildcat Report.
Teachers and coaches put a lot of time in to make sure that the unified team does well tonight.
One of the most coaches here at Millard West, Coach Stauffer, is retiring after this year. Will Morris has the details.
When Tracy Stauffer took the head coaching job of Millard West Swimming 22 years ago, he wasn't aware of the success he would have over the course of the next 2 decades of his life. In fact, when he started, the goals he had were on a completely different level than what they developed into.
My goal early on when I became a head coach was to coach a state champion. That was a goal. One, an individual or relay. And then possibly, it was a goal, but it was way out there to win a state champion team-wise. Honestly, after the first one happened, it was you always want more.
So when Stauffer announced this year his plans to retire at the end of the year, he had quite the career to reflect on. 5 team state titles, with 4 of those coming in consecutive order from 2008 through 2011, and more individual titles than he thought was conceivable, considering he just had a goal to coach one. But for those who worked with him and those who he coached, the swimming aspect was just one part of the man who everyone calls Stauffer.
He's become my best friend by far in the school, and it's not just about swimming. You can ask any swimmer too, that he opens up to you as a person too, so it's not just we're co-coaches or head coach and assistant coach. We've become best of friends.
Stauffer leaves behind a legacy at Millard West that includes one of the most impressive resumes from any coach in Nebraska swimming history. He also leaves a legacy as being one of Millard West's best coaches to compete for and one of the most well-loved. His swimmers paint a picture of Stauffer as someone that always cared about his kids.
He's definitely the best coach I've ever had in my 11 years of my swimming career. And he was so much more than a coach. He was a mentor, a teacher. He was family to the swim team. And so this is probably
expected news, but some of the hardest news that we've ever had to hear.
So as Stauffer heads into his retirement, he plans to read a lot more books, travel more, and spend time with his wife and his 3 new grandchildren. He leaves behind records that will be hard to be broken, trophies that will stand forever, and memories that will last a lifetime. For the Wildcat Report, this has been Will Morris.
Thanks, Will, for helping us celebrate Coach Stauffer's legacy here at Millard West.
One junior at Millard West, Jenny Lanoha, competes in a sport that not many people know about. She competes alongside her companion.
My mom rode horses as a little girl, and then it's like a family joke, like she rode when she was pregnant, so like I have just like always kind of been riding. So like it was like in the beginning, like Jen did not have a choice, like you're riding horses. And then when I got to like 12, my mom was like, okay, like you can quit if you want to, but by that point I was like elbow deep, and I'm like, well, too late now, like I'm in now. So then I just kind of kept going with it. I'm not dumb. So a practice for us is more like a lesson. So it's like my trainer and we're in the arena and we're like jumping around and practicing over jumps. But then I do that like twice a week. And then I come out every day and I just like ride my horse, but like not over jumps, like just get him out and stretch his legs for some exercise. I really like my horse. We're really good friends. Yeah, I've had him for like 2 years, which doesn't seem like a long time, but like, yeah, we're really close. We mutually stick together. His name's Serity. Really strange name, I agree. His mom's name was Cervantes and his dad's name was Verdi, and he's from the Netherlands. So they kind of just like shipped the name, kind of just like shoved them together. In the summer, like every other week, there's a horse show that like we don't always go to, but there's like the option of, so we show pretty often in the summer, and like we go to Colorado, which is a really big show, and there's one in Mason City, and like some people from my barn go down to Kentucky, so it's kind of all over the place. It can get really scary. Like it can definitely flip a switch and just gets very dangerous. Like, I mean, these horses have like a mind of their own. It's not like you bounce the basketball and the basketball comes back up. Like the horse might just is having an off day and is super angry and is like, no, like I'm mad at you, I'm not gonna do what you're asking. And then you ask again and then they're just like, well, no, like I meant no. And then they kind of freak out. So you have to just like kind of make sure that like you're really patient and like always like extremely understanding of like all the conditions. It kind of just happens. Like a horse flipped over on me one time. Like it really just happens. Like that sounds awful, but like in the horse world, like that happens a lot sometimes, so like you just kind of gotta roll with it. It's kind of like an initiation. Like you don't really ride until you fall off and like have been seriously hurt, because then like people take you seriously once that happens.
Sophomore Makenzi Swigart expresses her feelings through a brush.
We go to Emily, the story.
I first started like coloring in a coloring book, and then so I like put that like up behind me. And then it was like after Christmas, and I was like, I kind of want to try painting. So I went to Hobby Lobby and got like a little paint kit on sale with like tiny little tubes of acrylic paint. And then I found out that I was kind of good at it, and so I just started doing it a lot more often. So I have like anxiety and some depression and stuff, and so when I paint, I get into my own zone, and it's kind of like I'm in this little bubble in this space around me, and nothing. Like I can't hear my dogs upstairs. I can only hear like my music playing, and like I'm just like trying to perfect my lines and stuff, and it's just really relaxing for me.
She got into it as a way to like express herself and like put her emotions into something that was positive.
I like to paint because it's really relaxing, and I can like be creative and stuff and just show my personality through my painting and stuff.
Many people are now switching to online shopping rather than in stores.
Due to this, many popular stores and malls such as JCPenney are shutting down. We go to Craig and Will with the story.
South Roads Mall, a once thriving shopping center, lays all but abandoned. South Roads Mall now serves partly as a private school. Tony Santee, who works at the school, tells us of her memories at the mall.
This actual location right here that we're in, and right outside these doors, that used to be a payphone.
With J.C. Penney's announcing their closing, Craig and I wondered what might be causing trouble for brick-and-mortar stores. The culprit seems to be the convenience of online shopping.
I mostly just online shop to get records and CDs I wouldn't be able to find in Omaha at any regular stores.
Students say that brick-and-mortar stores do have their advantages.
I like to go in and actually pick out, like if I'm going clothes shopping, actually try on what I want instead of having to deal with shipping costs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely prefer getting to the stores and purchasing and looking at what I might want.
So, the end of brick-and-mortar malls is not here yet. And with malls like Westroads and Village Point still doing fine, they won't be failing anytime soon. This has been Will Olson and Craig Morsey with the Wildcat Report.
This week's Sports Corners with Andrew Pfeiffer and Colby Gomez.
I'm Andrew Pfeiffer, and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Corner. Spring is just around the corner, and with that, baseball, soccer, tennis, and track seasons are just now starting out. Boys and girls track season is underway as they began practicing on February 27th. They look to prepare for another record-breaking season as they stole the show last year at state. As early signs of spring are showing, the boys and girls track team took the early initiative. Preparing as soon as they could, their first meet will be on March 18th at the Concordia Indoor Invitational. We go to Franklin Shuey and Sydney Daniels with their thoughts on the upcoming season.
Smaller team, so knowing that everyone has a part.
We just gotta make sure we have our exchanges the same as we did last year and win those relays and get the points that we need to.
As soccer tryouts come to a conclusion, an elite group of athletes were chosen to take on this year's competition. As tryouts have come to a conclusion, the teams are now set on all levels. The varsity girls hosted Burke High School yesterday here at Millard West, opening up the season with a positive outlook. We now go to Bryn Baird on her thoughts about the tryouts.
Yeah, I think we're doing good so far. I think it was a good start. No, we're definitely not going to be the same, but we're going to be still as good as we were last year.
Thank you, Bryn, and good luck on your season. Boys baseball looks to bounce back after a disappointing season, losing in the Legion tournament and the spring tournament both to Creighton Prep. They look to bounce back this season after losing their star shortstop, Cole Stokely. We now go to Brendan Tauber on his thoughts on what his team needs to do to take it to state this year.
I think we're just going to do the little things better. I think Prep did that a lot better than us last year. Just putting in more work during practice and trying to get those extra reps.
Thank you, Brandon, and now on to tennis. To begin their season, the boys and girls tennis team has recently been practicing indoors because of bad weather. This season is underway as they begin their season under Coach M.J. Robertson. We now go to Katie Freiberg on her thoughts on their season.
I don't know. It's going to be a lot harder, I feel like, to do as well because we only have one senior, 5 seniors left last year, so the team's going to be pretty new.
Thank you, Katie, and this concludes this week's edition of Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer. Stay classy, Wildcats. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, that's all we have this week. Enjoy your spring break. I'm Corey Hatfield.
And I'm Emily Seaton, and this has been the Wildcat Report. Enjoy the weather, Wildcats.